Hello, we are here in my restaurant, the Café Anglais. What I was going to make was my so-called signature dish. I absolutely hate the phrase, but you get stuck with these things. And it's a very savoury little starter, which is called Parmesan custard with anchovy toast. Parmesan cheese, this is an anchovy butter. I find it difficult not to put anchovies in most things, despite my wife's protestations. This being a kind of custard, it doesn't, of course, have eggs. We're only going to use the yolks. And in addition to that, I have 300 millilitres of single cream and milk. So bring this to the boil. Whilst it's doing that, I will separate the eggs. On telly these days, people separate eggs and run the whites through their fingers. And I was always told not to do that because you'd make the egg whites greasy. Okay, once this is boiled, I'm going to pour it into the cheese mixture, whisk like mad, and that will dissolve the cheese. And then I'm going to let that cool down. And then I will add the egg yolks to it. So the toasts are very simple, very thinly sliced bread. I spread it rather lavishly because I'm a glutton for anchovy. And obviously you can make these at any time. We make up quite a large batch and then cling film them and keep them in the fridge for a day or 2 days without any harm. You could put these in a toaster, but they work much better in a sandwich maker if you have one, which by good fortune we do. There we are, we have our anchovy bread, and I'm just going to cut it into little fingers. Now the idea is, of course, is that you just dip these into the custard. Have the cool milk and cream mixture, and we simply add the egg yolks. I'm just going to pour it almost all the way up into these rather dainty little porcelain moulds. And now I'm going to take those over to the oven, which I've set at 150°C. I'm going to pour a little bit of boiling water just to protect them from burning, just to cut, an inch deep. And then I can cover it with foil, and I'm going to bake them for 20 minutes. That's that. So there we have them, and all we do now, sprinkle them with a little bit of Parmesan, and then we're going to put this back. It's just going to go under the grill, a very hot grill, for a few seconds, just to melt and brown the top. And there we have it, Parmesan custard. There we are, yum yum. The very savoury quality, it doesn't have any sort of sweetness or anything like that, makes it very wine friendly. The only thing is, it is rich, and you've got a mixture of light cream and egg yolk, which can be cloying with a wine if the wine doesn't have enough acidity. So what I've gone for is an aromatic German wine in the modern style, so it's still, they vinify most of the sugar. It's still got a little bit of residual sugar, but it's got the acidity, it's got the aromatic quality, and that acidity will just cut through the richness of the custard. And I think it tastes very nice.